Glen's like, I reached the end of my rope.
Yeah.
Relationship.
Because honestly, no, it's not the end of my rope, but I am like, oh, bro, I don't got no more moves. Like, you know how I don't know if you ever been on a dance floor and you run out of all the moves you know. Dang, like I already did that. I did that. Like, I ain't got no more moves, yo. All my moves are gone. So now it's time for me to just kind of skate back and sit on the wall and survey and just see like, all right, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I with, you know?
Hello, my name is Mrs. Melanin.
And I'm Beleaf Mel.
And we're here with episode 114 of
How Married Are You? My name Beleaf, this is Yvette, and we've been married 10 years. Live in California, got 4 kids. Relationships are scary and it's very necessary that we share our love of struggles and we ask how married are you? Every Tuesday and Thursday, shawty. If you're listening, you're in a wedding party. Sometimes deep, sometimes lighthearted. I don't know what else to say, so it's time to get it started. Look, it's chocolate
baby story time.
Chocolate baby story time.
It's chocolate baby story time.
1, 2, 3, and
it's chocolate baby story time.
You go.
Well, today I may have freaked out our daughter.
Oh, why?
I was trying to be silly and I went to Black Rock and I got a fuel, but I tried a new drink, which don't get it. It's the Huckleberry fuel.
Why would I drink something called Huckleberry?
I don't know why. Sometimes they like be putting together concoctions that taste really good. And I'm like, I would have never done that. So I just be trying it, it's a new season, whatever. Anyway, it's red, right? And so I'm home drinking it and the kids come in the family room and I'm like, I'm drinking blood. And I just like start being silly like I'm a vampire and they get all scared and do the things. The boys get that it's a joke. Every time Anaya comes nearby, she's like,
Mommy. Yeah.
She's freaking out. And so it was fun. But yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think. Raya has been, I'm just kind of watching him more, you know what I'm saying, and just noticing more about him. And I still don't get him, I just don't. But it's like he's so joyful and great, but it's just that he has so much, like there's so many questions that go. Okay, so I was talking to George and George was like, yeah, man, like I'm like, he always is breaking something, you know what I'm saying? Like they had the Lego thing built, it was the nice airplane, he broke it apart, and then I guess they were in quiet time, and then George is like, so how did you break that apart? And then Theo was like, well, Raya gets in trouble a lot of time, has to do face to face with that. And
face to face,
yeah, like, and I don't tell him I did it because I didn't do it, and I've gotten in trouble like this before. And then he goes and is talking, and Raya's just like, can you just help me like that? And I was just like,
help him try to fix the airplane.
Yeah, because I guess like George was telling me, like as a kid he would be the kid that like his parents brought home a new computer and he would take it apart immediately. And I was just like, I don't know where that's allowed.
Well, I think what Raya tries to do is he tries to deconstruct things so he can put them back together. Like he's very much so like he wants to be a scientist or an architect. Like he doesn't know the right terminology for it, but he's very consistent about I want to build toys or I want to make things.
Yeah.
And so I think for him it's about like, oh, how is this put together so I can put it back together?
Yeah, and I think that is kind of like my fear. Let me just check and make sure. My fear is that I would be frustrated and like prevent him from doing that. Because I'm like, bro, we ain't got no money for you to be taking stuff apart and poking holes and things. Like, come on, man. And he always has something that he should not have. Like, it's always like, bro, where did you get that from? You know what I'm saying? Like, who does it belong to? And he's like, he doesn't even think about that,
Ashley posted about, I forget what kind of play it's called, but it's a certain type of play where you literally remember that one time when I took the kids to that place up north where they literally had like a bucket full of nails, hammers, and wood, and they just let you like go ham. And I guess that is there's a name for it. I don't know what the name is right now, but it's a type of play.
Expensive.
Hazardous.
Dangerous.
But I was thinking about it and I was like, man, I think our kids would really excel in that type of play because look at them. Were you out there yesterday when they put that thingy in the wagon and then put a rope around it and got some tape and taped some cones to it? I was like, okay.
Yeah, and I was
but
like, this is a rocket. I was like, cool, man, that's awesome.
And that's the type of play that they should have. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like Raya is just a kid through and through. And sometimes I feel the same way, that maybe I'm inhibiting his childhood and by not like going there with him.
Yeah. Also, I think the other day when we were doing our last podcast and he came in and I was like, go think for yourself. And I watched the video back and you were like, go ahead, you can have it. I was irritated by that because I thought you said you wanted your children to be self-thinkers.
I said I wanted them to be lifelong learners.
No.
And
self-thinkers.
Critical thinkers.
Anyway. All right, we back. Let's do this. Today is Thursday and we are just going to go through some of these.
So we've done this before. You guys, we are not sponsored by them at all. They should sponsor us. But this company, the Skin Deep, makes these cards. The and cards. And they have friends editions, couples editions, like daughter, like, you know, parental editions or whatever, but we have the couples edition. And so today, to help us get through this episode, make sure y'all get one, we are going to just randomly choose cards. I was trying to pick them out, but Glen was like, no, I don't think it's fair that you get to see the cards.
Yeah, she was picking out all of them, like laughing, like and then like put it to the side. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit up here and fall into your trap. Are you insane? So this is Wednesday night. I was hoping that we could talk about the results from the election and what that means for us and all that stuff.
But the results aren't in.
Yeah, so I would just like to say,
okay, here we go.
As far as the election is concerned,
we're going there.
Yeah. So, man, at the end of the day, God is still God. You are still you. He still loves you, right? Mm-hmm. And the people around are still people. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of it. You know, there are a lot of things that could negatively affect you, possibly, but maybe not. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about how you take it. And so if you want to know my personal thoughts on stuff, be sure to follow me on Instagram because I did kind of go deep this week talking about the election and stuff like that. That's Beleaf, Mel, BELEAFMEL. Be sure to follow Yvette, Mrs. Melanin, and How Married Are You on Instagram and all the things. Yeah, so we're going to go through these cards and hopefully get some good discussions here. Last episode, but the episode 12 got deep. We had a nice therapy session where we both were just kind of like, all right, you know, this was our couples therapy session. I don't think we're doing any better, but we're also not doing any worse. And so, yeah, let's move forward.
Yeah, I don't know why you went there. Yes, just keep praying, y'all. All right. Do you want to pick the cards? I'm nervous.
Let me cut the deck because I don't know what you
Let
me make sure I cut this
I shuffled
times.
them.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
All right. How is money a conflict in our relationship?
Is money a conflict, do you feel? I don't feel like it's a conflict. I feel like
I don't feel like how it's made nor how it's spent is a conflict. Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, I don't think that's a conflict in our relationship. Moving on. Who loves whom
more in this relationship?
Who loves whom more in this relationship? Me. I love Glen more.
Whoa. Really?
Dang.
I'd really love to see how you justify that.
Why do I have to have receipts?
You don't have to have receipts. I just want to know why you think that is an appropriate answer.
Because I love you.
How? Love is an action. How?
Are you saying I don't act enough?
I'm just asking you to justify what you're saying. Don't try to flip it into like trying to make me say that I said something. I didn't say anything. I just asked, how do you feel like you love me more than I love you?
I don't know. I just know I do. I know my feelings.
Love isn't a feeling. And I dare someone to add me on that. Love is not a feeling. It is an action.
So are you saying I'm not acting enough? What's happening?
I'm asking, how do you figure out that you love me more than I love you? How do you show me, or you just feel like you love me more? Because we can never say that.
Quantify my feelings?
Yeah, we can never quantify me versus you.
Dang, that sucks. I have no answer.
Okay.
No, you have to answer it too.
How do I justify that?
No, who loves who more in this relationship? You think you do? You think you love me more?
I think there's more evidence. Go ahead and try to get offended.
Go ahead.
I think there's more evidence that I love you in this relationship, in our relationship.
That you love me more. Because I love you. You know I love you.
Yeah, sure. You love me. But it's like, I feel like,
Okay, here we go.
I feel like you love me when I love you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No.
Like you love me loving you. But if I don't show you love, you ain't loving me.
What?
Showing me.
You think my love is only reciprocal?
No, I'm not saying that.
That's
but
what you said. Yeah.
It's not only that way, but there is there's some things you do because this is my husband and this is what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like love equals sacrifice.
Ooh.
That's what I feel like love is.
Damn. So you saying I don't sacrifice for you?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when it's able to be seen, I feel like I sacrifice more to show you I love you. I feel. And you may not know what to sacrifice, but I'm sure you do.
See how these questions go? I don't know how I feel about
Imagine if she got to choose all the cards, yo. We'd be seeing her for a long time, fellas. I know you're with me. Shout out to all the dudes.
I feel like we need to discuss this question in therapy. What?
Nah,
or with God, Lord Jesus.
All right, well let's run it back.
I don't know how you can.
The question is, who loves whom more?
I'm itchy. I think I got eaten up. Sorry, guys, if you're watching.
In this relationship, who loves whom more? Here's a good question for the comment section. How do you know you love your partner more? And I'm not saying it's not a competition, but if like, I just feel like there's a little bit more evidence on my side. No?
Now I'm going to be thinking about this all week. I'm going to have to come up with some receipts.
Story time.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Friday night. Ask us why we didn't sleep in our bed. We had a plethora.
Babe, listen. I think there's just more opportunities for you to...
Ooh.
What?
So there's less opportunities for you to show me love?
No. I mean, like in the way of sacrifice that you are describing, I just think you have had more opportunities.
What other way can we show love?
But you know what? Go ahead and share your
No. What?
time.
Let's just answer this question. What other way is there to show love?
What other way is there to show love?
Or
Acts
prove
of
love.
Service,
Prove
physical touch.
Yeah.
Prove love.
Acts of service, physical touch, quality time.
Gifts.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Okay.
The love language.
Okay. So if those are the stipulations,
Here we go.
I'm just...
Go ahead. I'm ready.
No, I'm asking. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm not trying to... You're not in trouble. I'm just trying to get you...
I'm in trouble.
All right, well, you don't have to be in trouble. We can move on from this question.
No, I really want to understand You know I'm competitive. So for you to say that you love me more in this relationship than I love you, I'm like, what the heck, man?
You just don't want to lose, but do you want to win?
Yes.
It's not a competition.
You.
And this is how it goes. This is how she shows me.
But I do. Do you feel loved? Are you not loved well?
I'm not loved well.
Is
I don't
your
know.
love tank empty?
Oh yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah. But I mean, love tanks be empty sometimes. Mm-mm. But that's okay. It's not like we can't fill it up. But I'm just saying, like, yeah. Another question is, and this probably would go to more like benefit to you, is like, do I know how to be loved? Like, can I accept love well?
You know what's interesting is I was listening to a sermon today. My mom actually sent it to me, and it was really about friendship, but it was really about relationships. And the guy actually wrote a book called Relationship Intelligence or something like that. And I was like, we need to read that. But in the book, he was kind of talking about how, like, if you have become accustomed to not being loved when it's time for you to be loved, then you're not loved. Dang it, I'm going to have to link this in the show notes below. But it was a really good conversation. It actually did make me think of you.
Is it a book that we can use for our book club? Oh my
goodness.
Our book club? Open it back up to the patrons?
And maybe we should.
Okay. We'll discuss it. Patrons in the comment section below, let us know. All right, so I feel like it's a little bit of a cop out, but yeah. Maybe. It's possible.
Let's move on. I'm over this question.
What do you think I would do if you cheated on me?
What do I think you would do?
I know exactly what I would do, but I wonder what you think I would do.
You would probably... Oh, shoot. I feel like you would do something.
Oh, we're not in focus. Go ahead.
I feel like you would like do something crazy.
Crazy?
Yeah, like you would be like, oh, okay, because you know how you are, how petty you be sometimes.
Crazy?
Okay, maybe the word is petty. I feel like you would do something super petty, but in a very...
Crazy and petty are two different things. No, listen,
like you would do a bizarre petty. Like
how would I let you know?
Wait, are we talking about like you found out? What do you think I would do if you cheated on me? You would leave me. Would you leave me? You'd divorce me. Would you?
I definitely wouldn't, because some people were saying like in the episode 12 when you 112 when you were saying how you left, and I was like, well, I gotta go. People are like, you didn't like pursue her. I don't do that. I don't do that. Like, if you think you need to leave, oh baby, please don't. You gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Because I was someone who like wanted to leave and I couldn't.
Wanted to leave me? Why is this going out of focus so much?
I don't know. I have to adjust this real quick. But I'm someone that wanted to leave.
Wanted to leave me?
No, not you. My situation growing up, and everyone would kind of guilt trip me into staying. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, what the heck, man? Like, why isn't anyone believing me? You know? And I know that I treat you as good as I can. But if you feel like you have to leave, then it must be something going on that I have no control over, or you aren't able to tell me. So if you feel like you have to go, like, I need you to go, because I can't help you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not my intention to push you away, but if you feel like you have to escape, then you got to go. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Maybe you'll come back, but I'm not gonna like.
If I came back, would you accept me?
If you left,
Yeah.
yeah.
If I left,
No, the question is, what would you do if you?
would you be able to get over me cheating on you?
Well, let's. You bring up a pretty good point about me being petty. I'm not the most. I'm trying to figure out how I would like present it. You know, it would be super difficult. Like, of course, like anybody else, it would be like, yo, the children. You know. But yeah, I don't know if I could withstand it. You know.
Wow.
I don't think I could. I'd just be like, because at first I was like, man, there's nothing. But then I'm realizing it's like, I've kind of like, I've tried. You know what I'm saying? I kind of.
Glen's like, I reached the end of my rope.
Yeah. Because honestly, no, it's not the end of my rope. But I am like, oh, bro, I don't got no more moves. Like, you know how I don't know if you ever been on a dance floor. And you run out of all the moves you know. Dang, like I already did that. Ooh, I did that. Like, I ain't got no more moves, yo. All my moves are gone. So now it's time for me to just kind of skate back and sit on the wall and survey and just see like, all right, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I with? You know, that would be difficult for me.
That's where you're at in this relationship right now?
Right now? No, I do feel like I'm running out of moves though. I do feel like I'm running out of moves. You got that look like, are you sure you're out of moves?
No, I just got that look like, huh? Interesting.
All right.
So much coming out here, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you think? You answer the question. What do I think you would do?
Okay.
I think you would go to the beach, listen to worship music, cry, go to your mom's house, not really want to talk because you don't want her to like say anything, but you just need a safe place to go. So you would go there, you cry. You just need a safe place to cry. I think you would come back with like a written note or book and read it. And I would sit there and listen. Or you would make me read it. Then we would meet with Pat and Shan. And I think you probably leave eventually. Or you kick me out. I think you would want to make it work, but then you just, every time you see me, you'd look and be like,
Yeah, I guess it kind of depends.
How accurate was I?
You're pretty on point. Like, my desire is always to make it work. And I think that I would really need some information. I would have lots of questions that you need to answer. Was it purely physical? Was it emotional?
That would be torture for you, but you would want to put yourself
But
through
I
it.
would need to know those answers in order to know how I could move forward in the relationship, if it's possible. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We definitely would separate for a period of time. There'd be a lot of crying. I don't know if I would go to my mom's house, but I probably would, maybe. I would probably just want to be alone.
Yeah.
Like, just alone. I'd have to be seeing my therapist probably twice a week. Because I already deal with issues of inadequacy, and obviously I don't love you enough. And so I'm just like, dang, how did I? Like, I would need to really distinguish between, like, is his affair my fault, or is that a him thing? Like, how did I play a part in that?
Is it ever the other person's fault?
It's a really good question. The like natural answer that comes to mind is no, it's not the other person's fault. At the same time, as an individual, I'm like, I must have done something, or I must have been lacking in some way that he had to go somewhere else to get whatever it is that he needed. So it's not, but there is still a level of responsibility that I think the person who was cheated on takes on in a way that they can't help. They need to work through it. They need to work through the fact that this is not my fault.
Yeah.
Right?
I definitely would struggle with that. I think I would probably like think it was my fault, and I think society would say it's my fault. Like, it never goes well for the man in this situation. Like, I've seen, like, I'm trying to think. I don't mean to generalize here, but like, I'm trying to think of like women who've stepped out and it's been like, dude, what happened? What'd you do? What? I seen pastors like, bro, you valued money over your family. She needed attention. I'm like, bro, what? Like, if this is the squad, like, this is who I got to fall back on if that happens to me. Oh, like, I don't know. I don't think I could live with that, man. I'd be really, really, really struggling. I'd be hanging on by a thread. I go in my dark place and I'd like sleep in my car, like stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't be able to survive that, I don't think.
You know, it's crazy because I always think about that too. Like, there are women who I know who have, like, you know, had their spouse cheat on them and they have been able to stick it out in the relationship. And it seems like the Lord has really been able to redeem the relationship. And I'm looking at them like, I could never. But at the same time, you just never know until you're there.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I don't even know how you like apologize for that. Was that your stomach? Yeah, I don't even know how you apologize for something like that. That's like, it's kind of like, yeah, I messed up. I know, I messed up. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, that's a rough one. You choose.
It's not like I get to choose. Ooh, God. How do I take you for granted?
Let's forget that one.
You don't want to go there right now?
Do you?
I do want to know. I'm curious.
Uh-uh.
Okay, well, let's save it for off the camera.
No.
What? You're not even going to tell me off the camera?
Uh-uh. You can't handle that.
How do you know what I can handle?
Because when I start to bring it up, you're like, I just won't say anything. I just won't talk.
Oh, so how do I take you for granted?
Let's go to the next question. You please pick another card. Let me pick the card next.
No.
You got voodoo. What would make you leave me? This is such a stupid game. Go.
What would make you leave me? If you were beating my children. If you were abusing my children, that is a non-negotiable. You had my children in an unsafe environment. Peace out, bro. That's like an automatic.
Okay.
Why are you okaying me like that? What's your answer? What would make you leave me?
Not much.
If I cheated on you?
I don't know about that. I mean, it wouldn't make me leave you. It would make me leave everything. Like, you cheating on me would make me want to, it would be so embarrassing. I would want to like eject from the friend group, the area. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't do well with that. What would make you leave? Yeah. What was the question?
What would make you leave me?
Well, who's asking?
Me. What would make Glen leave Yvette?
Not much. Yeah, it wouldn't be much. I mean, you know, man, I wish I had a little bit more. I don't think I could ever leave you. I think I would want to like send you away. Cause I think about like the father leaving the home and then leaving. You could go, but I ain't going nowhere. You got to go collect yourself and figure yourself out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll put you out, but I wouldn't. I'd put you straight out of here.
Let's move on. You crazy.
You don't want to get put out.
The thing that's really cracking me up is that you think that I would just like you just think that my children, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Like, that's the crazy thing, is that you think I wouldn't be able to survive without you.
No, that's not what I think. I think that, like, you think I'm just gonna leave my kids. Like, I wouldn't.
You ain't gotta leave your kids, you just gotta leave the house.
Where are my kids? They gonna come with me then? You can put all of us out.
Look, listen to me.
Okay.
Explain something to you and
Okay.
y'all. You know how much footage I have of me being a fantastic father?
You need to start Belief in Motherhood.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Judge is gonna be like, so what do you do? I'm
gonna be like,
let's start with episode 1. So she was working. She's working. I'm working. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna go. Let's go to episode 45. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
And the thing that is really crazy about all of this.
That's a joke, guys.
No, it's not.
It is a joke.
I think he's serious.
That is a joke, fool.
You never. Oh, Lord. Let's move on. If you could have something of mine.
Question.
Oh, Lord.
You said the thing that would make you leave me is if I hurt the children.
If you put them in harm's way.
Okay. So. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
What is your question?
Go ahead.
This episode sucks already because you just keep going. Oh, never mind.
That's how we talk.
If you could have something of mine, what would it be and why?
Something of yours?
He's like, what's yours that's not mine?
I think
It could be physical, like a physical item, or it could be like
I think your ability to like
my big butt. I'm just kidding.
I think it would be your ability to like I don't know. I feel like it has something to do with like the community aspect of life. Like I admire that about you. You know? Like your ability to like hold on to friendships. In relationships in general. Like I see you doing a lot of like, I'm gonna just move these feelings out of the way and have this here, yep, and I'm back in. Like I see you do that. I ain't got the ability.
Is that a good thing or not?
I think
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Well, I mean, like even if you can't, like, you know how to like love someone like through that season. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna like, man, you trash. I don't want to kick it with you. And I don't really like that about myself. What is something of mine that you would want and why?
Man, there's so much of you that I like.
What? That's true?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I would, if I could just like sum it up, I would take your mind and let it be mine. The way you think about things, your outlook, how you're able to see everyone's side of things. Like I appreciate that about you.
You can also just listen to me. Sorry, go ahead. You were just giving me nice compliments and I robbed you. Robbed myself. Robbed the world. Go ahead. My mind. What else?
This episode.
Go ahead.
I would love to know who makes it all the way through. No, I just love like the way, oh my gosh, your use of analogies, like your way of being able to put to words what so many people aren't, and your different ways of explaining it that just really like makes it go, aha, I get it. Yeah, all the things. You're just multi-talented.
Thank you, babe.
I would take it all. Next question. Oh my gosh. How do I love?
It depends on who we're talking about?
We're talking about a relationship. Us. How do I love?
Me and you. How do you love? You and me and you. How do you love? You want to go first?
I asked the question.
No, I mean, do you want to? Can I ask you first?
Okay.
How do I love?
In your own way.
In my own way.
I think I would say you love well. You love different.
Different.
You love hard. You have like a tough love type feel for you. Like, it's like some moments I don't know if you love me. And then other moments I really know that you love me. But even in the moments that I don't know if you love me, I know that you love me because you're just that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that even makes sense, but you have like a tough love about you where you're brutally honest, but in a loving way somehow, or in a way that lets everybody or me know that you love me and you just desire more for me and for us.
Yeah, I would say that you love I feel like I'm still learning your love a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm still like trying to find like a way to describe how you love me. Is that safe to say? I really am trying to figure it out because I know you love me. I wouldn't doubt that for a moment. But to describe what it looks like, I'm like, I can't explain it. I hate this game. Let's do one more question.
I know, because I feel like the takeaway for me today is Glen does not feel loved and I'm not loving him well.
Well, I mean, I don't want to put that burden on you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to find out, like, okay, you know, I know that you do a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like you do a lot. There's some times when I'm like, dang, that was very loving. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you consider me, and you didn't have to, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be feeling that, you know, like when you go out your way to do something for me and I know you didn't necessarily, it wasn't even in your route, you know, but thinking about me when I'm not around, like, I feel that. Like getting me the marriage thing for your brother's wedding. Like, that was like, I took care of that because I knew you weren't going to do it. Like, damn. Not only, it's not about loving me, but it's about knowing me. And I think that's hard because, like, I'm such an enigma and hard to understand. You know what I'm saying? That I'm hard to know, I guess. So maybe loving me looks more like trying to predict whatever it is about me, you know?
Loving you is knowing you.
Yeah. But it's the same for you. Loving you is knowing you, right? No?
Yeah.
What does loving you look like? What does loving you well look like?
I don't know. Maybe that's something I need to think about more. Loving me. Like, when I think about loving me, I do think about the 5 love languages. I don't know like why my mind automatically goes there, but I think that
It's good marketing. That's what that is.
Facts. But that's where my mind goes. Like, for me, it's quality time. It's not necessarily the quantity of time. It's more so the quality of time that we get together. And yeah, I don't know. Doing the things that I like to do. Why you laugh? Yeah.
And that's interesting because I don't necessarily like to do much.
I know.
Yeah. I want to bring up another topic.
Okay.
So, episode 12. 112.
It keeps going.
Episode 112.
Are we done with these?
I guess. I think so.
Oh, I want to do this one. This is a really good one. Okay, I will do that at the end.
Episode 112, I said that you feeling secure is a privilege.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that statement after you had time?
I should have read the comment section on that. I have not been reading the comment section. How do I feel about that?
Yeah, what do you think about that statement?
I feel like you're always saying things like that to me. Like, my comfort is a luxury, or me feeling secure is a luxury. And or a privilege. What did you say? A privilege?
Yeah, I feel like you feeling secure and I think it was like in our relationship isn't something that comes automatic. Like, it's not something that you get with entry. Like, there are certain things that I have to prove to you for you to feel secure.
It's interesting because in my mind right now, I'm categorizing security, emotional security, physical security, and I'm even thinking about like how in our like walking into this marriage, like, I don't know, man.
You were very insecure, right? Or were you secure?
It's a really good question. I don't know.
You had to be insecure. What was secure?
That's true.
Maybe you were secure in yourself.
I was secure in myself. I believed in myself. I had more of a belief in myself that I was going to get us through.
That came out. Sure did, didn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. What's your point in bringing this up? I'm sorry.
I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting discussion because I feel like no one would ever argue to me that, like, hey, you need to feel like you need to be able to identify how your wife loves you or the marriage doesn't. Like, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, there could be a season where I've changed as an individual. So the way you love me, you used to love me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't necessarily fit in the man I am now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so you're daydreaming?
No.
Just got this strange glare.
No, because I was thinking about the 5 love languages again.
Okay.
And I was just thinking about how, like, you know, when you take the 5 love language test, you can't take it and then just like go by that, because eventually, like, you become a parent, and then acts of service becomes more of your love language than words of affirmation words of affirmation. You know, there's just different seasons of life and I think that's correct. And so I did have a glossy look over my face because I was thinking, like, well, how did I love him before? And was there ever a point in our relationship where he felt loved?
Well, we've already identified that through therapy, that, like, you know, my goal in this relationship is to serve you. Mm-hmm. And you've never had to, I mean, though you have reciprocated it, you never had to reciprocate it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it was about me loving you or serving you, and now I actually need service. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that is a switch up to you and me. You kind of like, whoa, what you doing now? We was fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, you was fine. I'm not fine. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I was saying that, like, I think like feeling secure in someone's love, like, in knowing that person, like, is willing to bend and become who the family or whatever needs you to be, like, that's That is somewhat of a privilege. You know what I mean? Because some people's kind of like, yo, this is what you can expect from me. What's your face? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Why is that a privilege? Is that not an expectation that every relationship has, that you would be willing to bend for what the family needs?
I think that's hopeful, but I don't think every person can say that that is something that they have. Right? Like, just think about some of the relationships that you may seen, out. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, my husband ain't trying to do all that, or my wife, she not hitting like that, bro. Like she, their relationship is kind of like, yeah, I'm actually not gonna admit I'm wrong, so I don't know what you're gonna do with that, but that is our relationship, and that's who I am. So you're never gonna apologize. You know what I mean? Like feeling that security and knowing you're with someone humble, who has humility, like that is a privilege and that's a blessing to have. Like, I think we treat love like a privilege. Like, some ways we show it, it's like, of course you would do that for me. Like, why wouldn't you do that for me? You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, I think you can, I don't know. I think there could be more of like a cherishing of those, just on a general scale. Like, I feel like there can be cherishing of that, because I'm kind of like, man, is it a privilege? Like, or am I entitled to you knowing how to love me? Like, is that something I should be expecting, be mad that you don't know how to do at some point?
This is good stuff, because I'm like, in my mind, maybe I did think that there were some things about love that is absolute or universal. And I know that sounds like really naive to say, but I think I have thought along those lines, just the more that like we are talking about it here. And yeah, man. Yeah.
So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, when I first was getting married, someone explained to me this, and it was terrible. But they said, like, marriage is like giving everything that you have and getting nothing in return, because what your partner is gonna give to you is what they want to give to you, not what you want. They're gonna give you everything they can from their perspective, right? And so you think about it, it's like, man, I should just be grateful to get anything, and if that's the best they can give me, I should accept that. But at some point, it's kind of like, all right, I can't give any more of this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if that's a terrible way to look at marriage, but that's how I walked into it. Like, I'm just going to accept whatever, you know what I mean? And not demand, because I feel like the reason why we're having such a hard time right now is because, like, my language is changing, and I'm saying, look, I know you've done this, but I'm not cool with this. You know what I'm saying? And that is a huge glitch in our marriage. And that's a huge glitch, like, for the family. That's hard for everyone to deal with. You know what I mean? Because all of a sudden I'm switching it up on you, and it's not that what I'm asking you for is a lot. It's just something we've never had to experience, but I don't feel entitled to that. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's going to take work and it's going to suck. Thoughts? No?
You know it's going to take work and it's going to suck.
It might.
What about it is going to suck?
Well, I feel like the communication of it, like me having to reiterate something that, like, hey, like, I know you didn't mean to say it like this, but this is how I took it. Is this what you meant? No. Why are you always asking me? I don't want to talk about this right now. Well, I'm just bringing it up. No, you're trying to argue. No, I'm not. I'm just bringing it up. I never brought it up before. But now that I'm bringing it up now, it's an issue, because you're kind of like, why are you coming at me like this at freaking 8:30 in the morning? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to have a discussion. And do that next question.
If you could do it over again, would you still choose me? Why?
Yeah.
You better say yeah. Would you say no?
Huh?
Would you say no? Would you tell me if no, if that was the answer?
No, I wouldn't.
I know. You couldn't answer that other question.
What other question?
How do I take you for granted?
I mean, that's rude. It's like I'm picking on you at that point. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can name ways I take you for granted. Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm-hmm. Why would you choose me again?
Man, I would choose you again because you're sturdy. You sturdy through and through. You sturdy. I would choose you again because I feel like our major issues are because of my lack of being able to communicate and throughout the course of our years. You know what I'm saying? And so now that I'm communicating, like I just would do it differently. You know, I would do a lot differently. Oh, I would do it all differently. Certain people I wouldn't touch, I wouldn't mess with. You know what I'm saying?
Amen, brother.
And I probably would be in different positions, but certain people I would not mess with at all. You know, there's a lot of decisions I would do. Yeah, a lot of things I would do differently. Mm-hmm. You know, I would have let you complain about certain things that, like you said one time, and it kind of hurt me so bad I never tried again. I just be like, you gonna have to get over that. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. You know. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's anything wrong with you.
For those of you listening and not watching, he had a look on his face like, you know, kind of.
I mean, like, I'm not going to let you get away like, yeah, Glenn says nothing wrong with me, so he's the problem, and I ain't got to change nothing. Nah, like, I don't think it's something fundamentally wrong with you. Mm-hmm. I think that, like, I just feel like things have been allowed to go on for too long, and we just have to switch some things up. That's what I think.
If I could go back, yeah, I would definitely choose you again. But I do believe that, like, we should have started couples therapy, like, in our first year of marriage. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that?
I wish I would have started my own therapy.
Therapy, yeah.
My own therapy.
Individual therapy, yes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there are so many revelations about, and I know this sounds so, if anyone is in therapy or into that kind of whatever, then you already know, like, we literally carry into our relationship our family of origin issues. And if those are not addressed prior to a relationship or addressed in any form or fashion, then it starts to really just kind of carry over into the relationship. And I feel like that is what we're dealing with right now. I feel like things are coming to the surface that we didn't necessarily pay attention to before, and now we're having to deal with it. And so for me, I would go back and start therapy a long time ago, 10 plus years ago. Way long time ago.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, the issues come out from your family of origin. Like, those issues come out in many different ways. Mm-hmm. So they come out in your work life, they come out in your children's relationship, they come out in your actual, like, work, like your business, and they could come out, you know, in your marriage. But I have a lot of what do they call them? Microaggressions, and they trigger me. So sometimes someone will do something that's similar to someone else who hurt me, and I won't mess with that person because they remind me of someone else. You know, and for those of you asking, is Glenn in individual therapy yet? No, I'm not. I know I need to go, but I need y'all to back up.
No, I think, like, just to, like, not that it's any of their business, but the therapist that we have as a couple should be Glenn's individual therapist. But because we still got so much to work through, Glenn can't have them yet. Yeah. Because I feel like we've already invested too much of, like, he knows us well enough now to really help us with our issues. And so when we get to a healthier space, then I think we can probably you know, like let Glenn have him to himself, and then maybe like whenever we have issues come up, we can both see him. But right now we need him as a couple.
Yeah. And that's definitely a part of the plan.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot. It's a lot of on our plate right now.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Okay. I think that's enough. Let's see what this question is. What? Did you mix stuff in?
No.
Interesting.
What does it say?
Why do you care if I work or not? I don't know. I don't get that question.
I don't care if you work or not. What?
It wasn't a question for me. It was a question in the deck.
Okay. Anyway.
How married are you?
I'm so married that you had issues with my schedule. And I'm asked the assistant to get back with you so that you can fix the schedule to however you want. Also, you asked me to come home early, and though I haven't been coming home early, I've practiced waking up early so that eventually I can come home early. Also, it was something you were looking for, and I found it.
The little things for the screw thing?
Oh, that thing. Did I bring that up last time?
I don't know.
How?
You talked about the boys' room being a dorm room, but you didn't talk about...
Okay, so what happened was we bought something. It was a device, piece of furniture. We had to assemble said piece of furniture, right? Same time I'm assembling the furniture, Yvette wants to finish the boys' bedroom, right? So she needs the tools I need, you know? And usually, like, so Yvette comes, so this is what I say when I say she's used to like not having to, like, she's used to getting what she wants. Is that fair to say? For me.
Glen spoils me.
All right, yeah. So she's used to getting what she wants from me. So whenever I say no, it's kind of like, what? So I don't know what we were doing, but we had, did we talk about the gnats already?
You started to at the beginning of this episode, and then...
You cut me off? How come I didn't finish talking about it?
I told you to tell the story.
I got so many stories, guys. So
Okay.
anyway, the insect story.
Oh,
right?
God. Are you going to tell the insect story?
I'm gonna tell that story, and I'm gonna tell the furniture story.
Right now in this episode?
In this episode.
Oh, my goodness.
We've been gone. We took like 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks off. So anyway, Yvette's upstairs trying to clean up our room because there were fungus gnats, thousands, millions of fungus gnats all over our bedroom, in our bed, in our bathroom, in our closet, on the window.
It wasn't in our closet.
She
It
was
didn't
trying
get in
to
the closet.
find out where the fungus gnats were coming from, and we didn't know what they were, guys. They were just everywhere. So we slept on the blow up mattress in the living room the night that night because Yvette was like, I'm not going in there. I was like, well, I'm trying to go to sleep, and then I brought the pillow downstairs, and she was upset that I brought the pillow downstairs. But
the pillow that was in the bed with the fungus gnats.
I was like, man, I don't
He
know.
contaminated the whole house.
Anyway, so I'm like, where's all these daggone gnats coming from? And so she was like, she pulled down one of her plants. Now, Yvette, guys, she thinks she ain't here yet, guys. Yvette's just like with the roast beef, and she was gonna cook that pot roast, and she's killing all them daggone
Why
cows.
can't you just let me be great,
You
man?
get roasted. You get
You
roasted.
are the worst.
This is how I show you I love you. I pay attention and know you. So just like the pot roast, right, where she killed all the beef, she's bringing plants into this house, guys. Now she comes in and she tries to sneak them in, and they're plants, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know much about plants. I ain't got a green thumb, but that plant looked like it needs water. So I be just going around like, look, homeboy, let me hook you up real quick. Like pouring water in all the
I think
plants.
Glen be pouring his old water in plants.
Man, I be like, man, that water that plant look thirsty. So I just be over there like, I'm gonna hook my homeboy up right here. He look like I don't be seeing her water in the plants.
But I do. But
He's
if
never
you
home.
get it,
He's never home. Anyway, so I'm watering the plants, and I guess fungus gnats come when you water the plants too much. So Yvette blamed the fungus gnats on me.
No, I didn't blame it on you. I was just saying sometimes you can overwater them.
So anyway, usually I would be the one that goes up there and like gets rid of all the insects. But I was like, man, I ain't bringing them daggone insects in this house. So I took the. But
the thing is, you told me, you were like, I'll take care of it. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, but I wanted to take care of it in my time, and you trying to do it late on Friday night. Anyway, so I bring the plants, the plant outside downstairs. I freaking get rid of all the fungus gnats by killing them with some Zevo. Yvette comes downstairs and looks at the plant like, I think we could still salvage that. She wants to bring the fungus gnat plant back into the house. I'm like, absolutely not.
I was thinking we could just change the soil.
I get rid of the plant. The plant's gone. It was one of them snake plants. And then I started assembling this furniture.
One.
I started assembling this furniture. Now, it's Saturday. I'm doing my housework. This is what I had planned on my schedule. Matter of fact, when I woke up in the morning, I was like, hey, this is what I had planned for the day. Are there any objections? He just looked at me with this smug look.
He asked me. Yeah, go ahead. You go ahead.
She looked at me with this smug look. So I'm assembling the thing that we just got on last date night, right? Because tonight is date night. We're doing this on date night.
I know, it's breaking the rules.
Yeah. But anyway, last date night, we went to go buy something. So I'm assembling the thing we went to go buy. She's taking all the tools. Now I'm
taking all the tools. Listen here, y'all. When Glen gets into stuff, he gets into stuff. So let's just say he's kind of like his dad in this way. And I don't know if he knows it, but his dad is one of those guys, you know what? Right now I'm into snow sports. So I'm going to buy myself some water skis and some snowboards.
I'm sending this to my father. So I'm
going to buy all the things. So Glen gets into tools. So he's into tools.
So I'm into tools. And guess what? I got one hammer.
No.
Where's the other hammer? Yvette uses the mallet
for the beach.
It's
not a hammer. It's a mallet.
Babe, I got it from Lowe's. I bought it. It's a hammer. Anyway, so I'm assembling the thing. I'm putting it together.
My point is,
this is my point. I'm about to say how mad I am. So she took the hammer, and I didn't.
Oh, the hammer. I did take the hammer.
She took the hammer.
I didn't just take it though. Go ahead. Sorry.
The drill, the level. Like, you took everything I was using, and I was just like, you know what I'm saying? You know how you run out of pieces for something? You just kind of like, what can I do? I'm MacGyver over here, so I had to use an axe, the back of an axe, to hammer the pieces in.
Well, you should have given me the axe. Guess who bought him that axe?
Yeah. I have two axes. I got one hammer. Congratulations. Babe, how married are you?
I'm so married that for your birthday this year, you...
What?
Listen, you want to bring up the axe. I'm so married that for your birthday this year, well, like months before your birthday happened, you had mentioned, for my birthday, I want to go to throw axes with the guys. And so I'm so married that when your birthday came around, I tried to build you a whole, because it was COVID, I tried to build you a whole axe throwing situation.
Yeah, so you built me the target.
Hey.
You built me the target to throw the axes, right? You built me the target to throw the axes and an axe, right? That's what you did. How much money did you spend? She bought the best wood. It was so much wood. We never built it. Why? Because I said, babe, this is going to put our children in danger. The same thing that she said she would leave me for. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the episode today. I hope you are amused and that you are loving each other and with someone you love. And
wait.
Come on, fool.
That's just
how married we are. Classic.